Well, hello, hello, hello. We are live and welcome to Conversations from Home. I'm Brenda. We have Laura, Rick, Mariano, and today we're going to be talking about the law of attraction. We want it to be positive attraction. So you're going to want to make sure that you put this video in your archives because you're going to want to watch it over and over again. We're going to be giving you great information on how you too can change your life through positive affirmations. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we have a lot of information to share and we don't want to miss anything. So I'm going to turn it over to Mariano and he's going to start it off for us. Over to you, Mariano.
Thanks, Brenda. So this law of attraction that we're talking about today, it may be a new concept for you guys, or it may be maybe a secret that you've never heard about before, but it really is no secret whatsoever. And I think one of the things that I realized after getting more involved with the law of attraction is that it's really a pretty obvious thing. We just don't think about it very much, or we don't realize the power of it, or how much we're involved with it every day. You know, one of the things that I want you guys to think about is look at your life and the people that you know and your surroundings. Do you think it's a secret or it's a coincidence that the folks that are successful repeatedly, that just happens because they're lucky? Or also look at the people that are around you that are maybe down in the dumps, or that are always in trouble, or always, having problems in their lives and things like that. Do you think that's a secret or a coincidence as well? You know, it really isn't. It's because this law of attraction, it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. And we all control which one it is. I mean, if you just stop and take a few minutes and think about your personal life and realize that, we all have our ups and downs, but do you realize that, think about it, when you were having those great times, wasn't there a lot of positive energy that you were creating, or pleasant thoughts and positive thoughts, and because you were on top of the world, right? Well, the same is true as when you were on the bottom. It's all about how we prepare ourselves and how we think about life and what we actually draw or attract to us. So the thing that we're trying to explain to you today is that you have a choice. The choice is simply, do you want it to be a good thing or do you want it to be a bad thing? And understand something else, that there is no limit to what you can achieve, or how good your life can be, or how positive, or how much you can attract. It's just a matter of how much you practice at it and how much you live it. And so what you're going to hear today from the rest of the crew here is some information on how to do that, how we've done it. And let me tell you something else. This is something that you have to work on a daily basis. It just doesn't happen overnight. It has to be part of your routine. It has to be part of your life. And the more that it is, the better it is for you. Okay. But realize it's a choice, and it's something that all of us have to constantly work at, because we know that life always throws us curveballs, right? Case in point, this year, isn't it crazy how just a few months ago, everything was going, the economy was smoking, traveling was happening, we were out having a great time. We had, what the heck was a mask? What was social distancing? So, we know that life is going to get in the way. However, we still have the opportunity to control our outcome and how our life actually turns out. So I guess what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, you control how your life is more than you think you do. And the point that's cool about that is that you're the one that's in control. And there are some things that you can't control, obviously, but there are a lot of things that we can. And that in itself makes it possible for us to either have a great life, a mediocre one, or maybe one that ain't so good after all. So, with that, I just want to kind of, open that up with some remarks about, how it's come upon me and how I've learned about it, and thanks to Rick and Brenda leading the charge, because they're the ones that really introduced this concept to me a while back. And even though I'm not as good at it as I want to be, the point is that, every day is a new day and you can always make it better. So with that, I want to hand it back over to Brenda so you can take over from there.
All righty. That is so true because positive affirmations and the law of attraction, it is something that you have to do on a daily basis. And it is so true, Mariano. We will start and we will stop. We will start and we will stop. But the key is you're starting. Every day is a new day. And if you remember that, you will turn it into a habit. And before you know it, before you go to bed, you're writing your list of positive I ams so you can get the positive attractions going. And it happens. I mean, we slip up for a week. We can slip up for a whole 2 months, 3 months with this quarantine because all we're doing is wasting time eating as opposed to realizing that, hey, this is a time now where I can really focus on positive affirmations because I'm a strong believer that mind is such a powerful tool. I remember back in the day, there was a commercial that would come on and it would say, the mind is a powerful tool and you don't want to waste it, something like that. And it was so true because you want to begin to do these things. And even though you might slip up and you forget and you start over again, the key is you started over again. And we're going to show you, well, Rick's going to do a great job of showing you how to do, what to do, and when to do. And once we start doing these things, we are going to be amazed at how the things that we want come to us. Just a quick little exercise. If I tell you, don't think about zebras, don't you dare think about zebras, what are you going to do? You're going to start thinking about zebras. That's just how the mind works. So we want to put that on something positive so we can start bringing positive things into our lives, attracting positives. We want to start getting rid of the blockers because we have a whole lot of different freedom blockers that stops us from getting what we want when we want. So I'm telling you, this is my subject. I love it. And I can go on and on, but I know I have to let everybody else have some time to speak. So I'm going to turn it over to Laura and she's going to share with us also. Laura, you got it.
Thanks, Brenda. Yeah, I remember back in the day, we used to always watch The Secret and stuff. And as you were talking about all the copies, I used to burn for people because we're like, you got to watch this, and it really makes a lot of sense. And I always loved it because, to me, it's kind of like karma. If you keep throwing negative stuff out there, you're going to get negative stuff back. If you surround yourself with people that are negative and full of drama, that is all you're going to attract. So it works in life. It works in business. One of the things that I did, especially since, I started before COVID. I started at the end of last year. I was tired of not having energy, not, doing stuff. So I've had a tread climber sitting, now that I've kind of recovered from the hip surgery, I started with the tread climber. And at first it's like, okay, 45 seconds, kicked my butt. I have induced asthma. I had to use an inhaler, but I got there and I kept growing and I kept doing it every morning. I get my drinks, I get my thing. And then I got to the point where I don't need an inhaler. I can do 20 or 30 minutes, whichever one I want, but I do it every morning and it's how I start my day. And it feels a whole lot better. When it comes to business, one of the things that I always put out there is that I will attract like-minded and affluent people because I knew that's who I wanted to be around. I was tired of the drama and the negativity. And it's really weird how it works. It's kind of hard to explain how it works. It just does. It's something you kind of just have to believe in and it does. But, I've put myself and I came across other people. Since then, I have built strategic alliances. I've learned how to be a business owner and not a 1099 contractor, build a business, and things are moving and coming in. So I've learned to work things much differently, than what I used to do before. And I'm attracting other people that want to do the same thing. They want to follow those same steps. So, all of the drama, all the negativity just kind of starts to fall away and you just, go through. So like I said, to me, it's kind of like karma, because if you're going to put it out there, it's going to come back and bite you in the butt one way or another. It's going to come back and it's going to get you. But if you focus on the positive, if you find yourself doing something negative, change it to a positive. If you need help with that, find a really good friend, a business partner, somebody that helps hold you accountable. that says, hey, that's not right. That's negative. What about this? Look at it this way. And when you have something and you have someone that helps you, or an accountability partner that holds you accountable, and, you keep working at it, we all know stuff that you work at becomes a habit, just kind of like the tread climber. After a while, I'd feel guilty if I didn't get on it, but I also realized I didn't have to do it 7 days a week. 5 days are okay, and, but, you make those adjustments, but I have never stopped. I have done them pretty much every day, except for like 2 days a week. So I make sure I do it 5 days a week. It's become a habit. It became so much of a habit that I almost feel like when I wake up, I'm ready to just hurry up and just get on my tread climber and go. Where when you first start, it's like, oh God, how am I going to do this? You got to push through the initial part. Stay positive, focus on positive things, surround yourself with positive people is huge. If you have negative people, naysayers, for one, shut off the media and get away with it. I mean, stay in touch with what's going on, but you don't have to drown yourself in it. Stay with people that are positive, that are focused, that are behind you, and that will support you. If they don't support you and they don't support what you're doing, then maybe it's time to go a separate way. And I mean, it's kind of that simple, but you're in control, which is one of the things I've learned. You're in control of what you do. It's not up to anybody else. It is up to you. And I know Rick has some great exercises along those lines with the law of attraction and exercises that we can do. So I'm going to turn it over to Rick, but my whole thing is stay positive and surround yourself with positive people, because it can be done.
Awesome. Awesome, Laura. I'm looking at that deck. I know Ron had the question, is that the Lido deck? I know it's close. And so that deck triggers something inside of me, having taken 36 cruises.
It is a Lido deck.
And I know what's around the corner of that Lido deck, and many folks who are listening. Yeah, I love you guys. It's about surrounding yourself with positive people. It really comes down to that, and asking yourself, are you positive? One of the things that you mentioned this, Brenda, are the affirmations that we do. Are you doing affirmations, positive statements about yourself? Because those affirmations will attract what you prefer in your life, or what you intend in your life. And as you continue to repeat them, and it goes from your mind to your heart, you'll start manifesting things in your life. Your entire world is a creation. Take a moment, look around you. What have you created? Is it something that you want? Or do you want to stop? You are the author and the finisher. You're writing the script. You want to stop? You want to cut people out, write people out of the script? You can do whatever you want. You actually are creating something. And when people realize how powerful they are as a creator of their present and their future, then they'll move into a whole different space, because there's an enjoyment that comes with that. You guys are in my movie right now. I'm in your movie. Do you realize that? If you have somebody in your movie that's not playing their role, write them out. You have the power to do that. And so I've got 6 exercises that I think are very, very powerful. And I'm going to blitz through them really quick. And so I want you to watch them, but I want you to come back, like Brenda said. This is going to be a tool that you can actually use and go back and look at again. And because you are the author of your future. And where do you want to go? What do you want in your future? What do you want in your present? You control that. Now, these are very, very powerful. Now, I got to tell you, I am a Christian. So when I'm talking universe and different things, you can put whatever you want in there. But prayer works. And so you can look at a lot of this, if you are a Christian, as prayer, and you can interject whatever you want, universe, God, whatever it may be. And but let's take a look at 6 exercises that you can do to manifest your desires. And I think these are so powerful, because like Brenda was saying, if you can come up with a habit to do these, it's going to change your entire life. And so I'm going to kind of read through a look. I'm going to blitz through it, folks, but your mind and your body have been programmed, and you have a daily routine, and that's okay. The daily routine, we're going to create some new results. because we're going to talk about these 6 exercises, and these are going to be new routines. Okay, exercise 1. Now, we want to give the universe, our God, our prayer, a task list. What do you want? And do this as an exercise. This is a training. Okay, take a piece of paper and draw a column down the center. And on the left side, we want to do things I'm inspired to do today. On the right side, things I want God to take care of for me. I want the universe, things I can't do. And create that paper and do it, divide it up like that. And so on the left column, you're going to write down only the things you are inspired to take immediate action on, things that you are right and clear in the moment. I can do this on the left side. On the right side of the paper, write things that you aren't clear on. And so there's a lot of things we don't know how to do. Anything that you feel resistance toward, things you just have no clue how to start. And so what this exercise is going to do, it's going to help you become clear on exactly what you want. What do you want? While demonstrating faith that the universe can handle any details you aren't sure of. We spend so much time trying to figure it out. So here's an example. Things that you can be inspired. I want you to do this even today. Meditate for 20 minutes. You can do that. Have lunch with my best friends. You can do that. Things that you may be uncertain of. Find a fun and delightful way to come up with a car payment. Now, a lot of people can relate to that, especially now. Send me information to get clear on the next step I need to take for the job that I really want, and I can dump this crummy one. Okay, so you may be amazed at how the universe will work out the details for you. It's going to blow you away. Now, here's one important thing. You got to give thanks. When you see something happen, make sure you acknowledge it and be grateful for it. Okay, that's exercise 1. Exercise 2. Now, this is a good one. Seeing the world with fresh eyes. Okay, so today is your first day on this planet. You have no preconceived notions about anything. And you're just looking around, you're walking around, everything is fresh, everything is new. And you immediately realize that, oh, the unbelievable experience. You guys live on this planet? Are you kidding me? Imagine writing a letter to someone back home to tell them about the place that you're residing. And you tell them about, they got cell phones. They even call them smartphones. They have smart TVs. They got computers that are like crazy. Their cars are like awesome. And explain the food choices. If you want seafood, you can have that, right, Laura? If you want Mexican, you can have that. If you want soul food, you can have that. If you want whatever it is, they got choices. They even have cruises with buffets where you can have anything that you want. And the people, they're so nice. Right now we're doing social distancing, but they're still nice. And, you know, you'll come across somebody and they'll still hug you. They'll talk to you, you know, and there's a million ways, you wouldn't believe it, to make money. There is just so many opportunities in this land. And talk about the fun things. You can go here. We went to the Garden of the Gods and the mountains and nature. And so for the next few days, keep acting like everything is brand new. So here's what's going to happen. The mind will begin to open up possibilities you've forgotten about because you're in such a normal routine. And so what this exercise is going to do is going to prompt you to see things differently and search things out, and your brain will automatically search for patterns. So this conditioning, new patterns will develop in your brain that will attract new circumstances. Remember, we're talking about the law of attraction, and it's going to produce feelings. And see, pay attention to those feelings because they can be created. Feelings of wonderment, feelings of excitement. And that's a vibratory rate. Don't watch the news while you're doing this. That's a vibratory rate, okay? That's exercise 2. Exercise 3, remember when. So this is a game that you can play. Choose something that you want to change in your life. And I want you to begin to visualize your life as if you have it now. Take the time to put yourself directly in the scene of this new life. Once you have accomplished this, imagine. Now, thinking back, you're talking to a friend, maybe talking to yourself. Now tell this friend, do you remember the way life used to be before this change? and you can create whatever change. And you're recalling it as if something from the past, even though you may be in that situation right now. So ask your friend, do you remember when? This is a remember when exercise. I used to live in that crummy apartment building. Remember when? It had roaches. We didn't have heat, right? I remember living there before moving into this beautiful house that I now have. I just love my neighborhood. I love my neighbors. Use the remember when technique. It'll shift your mindset into a better place by looking at your current situation as something that happened in the past. You're telling your mind that you've moved on. See, the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and the lie, the real and something imagined. You're telling it. So the more you practice it, your mind will understand the change as a fact. And guess what? You may not even know how it'll create it for you. Exercise 4. Make a list. So every day, no matter where you go, I want you to scribble out a list of things that you see. You may be driving along. Hey, I want that car. I want that house. Make a list. It's not a formal list. You can put it on scraps of paper, as unimportant. Just write it out on scraps of paper, but it's noted. And so you want to put it on scraps of paper. You don't want to make it out like a formal list. When we focus intently on waiting for something to happen to show up, you'll start worrying, and you'll create a vibration of worry, and that will create resistance. So just write it on scraps of paper. It's noted. And I'll tell you what, our dreams, you're releasing them to the universe, and that will take the pressure off of you of trying to manifest it. Okay, exercise 5. We've got one more after this. Getting in charge of your vibrations with intention. So in order to send out the vibrations, because like attracts like, that's what the law of attraction is all about. What vibrations are you sending out? If they're negative, it's coming back negative. If it's positive, they're coming back positive. And so we're going to show you some intention and how to create positive intention. So your mind must believe in your power to create those intentions. So this exercise is a simple way to train your subconscious mind. So for example, and you've done this before, say to yourself, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk to the sink. I'm going to wash this cup, or I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to exercise. Some intention. Follow through with it as effortlessly as possible. Do it with a smile on your face, feeling how light and easy you're creating something. You're serving an intention. Throughout the day, try it. Announce all small intentions and act them out. You'll hear a small voice in your mind to say, do this, act on it, move, do it now. So this exercise will train your mind that whatever you intend, you're creating in your life. You can announce it and it will manifest. Act it out with joyful intention, effortlessly. I'm going to do this. And it's teaching and training your subconscious mind that you are a creator and you create. It's easy. It's delightful for you. Remember, you're creating your life. Action is simply intention made manifest. And so as this becomes practice, now you can get bigger things. Like I'm intending a center, an empowerment center we're creating in my hometown of New Bedford. I create everything. If you've got a business, create your business. What position do you want? If you're looking for money to come in, create it. And it starts small. And so these are small intentions and they increase as we go. Last exercise. Create what you already have. Okay, look around you. Look around you. Look at something that you currently have. Well, I got a great car. I got a great wife. I got a great husband, great kids. What do you have? I got money in the bank. Announce to yourself, I have this, whatever it is, fill in the blanks. So here's an example. I have a great group of friends. That's a creation. I have a $10 bill. That's a creation. I have $1 million. That's a creation. So now I want you to remind yourself that you've created everything in your life as you look around you. You've already exhibited the power to create. Whatever you create, whatever around you is a creation. Now follow that with an announcing of how powerful of a creator that you are. You've already materialized so many things that you desire. You have a good life. Even in this lockdown, you have a good life. Be grateful for that, right? But through focusing your creative intent on what you've already manifested, you can easily remind yourself the power that you possess. What have you created around you already? And repeat to yourself, this is exercise 6, the last one. I am a powerful creator that can manifest whatever I choose. If you're in business, I am a powerful creator that can manifest whatever position I desire. I can manifest money. My source is coming even not just from the business. It can come from so many directions. Folks, you're creating the law of attraction. You're creating your life. What you think about, you bring about. And so offer gratitude for your creations and be delightful that all life is looking, is willing to support you. Speak, think, believe. You're creating something. If it's negative, stop, postscript, ball it up, throw it away. Let's start over. Happy manifesting. So, babe, that's over. That's pretty much it. So back to you. Do what we're talking about, folks. It's time to start creating. Unless you do, someone is going to create your life around you. And it may not be something that you want. And so if it's not, start manifesting. Back to you, Brenda.
Wow, that was excellent. I know it was a lot of information in a short period of time, but that's why it's recorded. And you can go back over it. You can pause it and you can write your notes down because I'm telling you, it works. So you really want to make sure you do these because you know it. We've talked about this over and over again. You know it, but life has happened and you slide off and you started doing something else, and that's okay. The best part about all of this, it's a new day. And you can start over again. And that's what you want to start doing. Hey, I'm telling you, between the 4 of us, we have over 60 years experience in this industry. We are your most trusted travel team. We know exactly what we're talking about. And we want you to tune in. Follow us, Conversations from Home. Make that a habit, make that a routine, that when you see us come live, you are listening. You want to learn because we are here to help you be successful. So everyone, have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you all on the beaches of the world. Bye-bye now.